Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. I gotta say, I'm not feeling super great about our goal of winning very quickly here. It's turn 76 and we're at like a third of the systems we need. And part of the problem here is that we just have not encountered a lot of unclaimed systems in a while. And we're like, I'm trying over here, but I'm getting pushed out by these Cravers. I kind of think we had a perfect storm of being completely hedged in by other players, and one of those players being an aggressive Craver who also just like spreads like crazy. Like, look at the shape of his empire. He is building his empire solely for the purpose of cornering me. Horrible. It's downright cruel is what it is. Inhumane. But we're gonna keep at it here. I think we're getting close to being able to steal some systems from people. How many turns do we have left on this truce? 3. Alright. And for right now, I think influence is going toward rushing some tech that's important. I'm worried that we're not going to actually finish this game much quicker than a normal game. Like, much quicker than that, 110, 120 turn threshold. Now, we have something of a defensive force over here. We should, we should fix that. So I need 90 and I have 40. Let's go buy 50. Assuming that there's 50 on the market. Okay, yeah, easy. That's a lot of... Yeah, it's probably worth spending a bunch of influence on that. Continuing our ridiculous population growth, I think, is worthwhile. Alright, do we want to change up the laws? Do I want the brain bill? I think I probably do. None of this other stuff is really going to be helpful. None of it's relevant to what we're doing. Alright, let's go talk to the Craver. See if we get him to back off for a little while. How negative is this? Really, really negative. War pressure is plus 0.1. Well, alright. I guess we'll have to just keep going. Keep going as we are going. Alright, let's fix these anomalies. Now that we have the ability to fix anomalies, that's the thing we should be trying to do. We're definitely going to need to Edenize here. And where do I actually want my people? Probably not on Heracles 4 for right now. It doesn't matter so much where else they are. He does like to be on sterile worlds. He's producing 5 extra food here, which actually makes this place's output pretty competitive in most ways, and then way up on science with Heracles 1. So yeah, that's okay. We can actually let all of the Epistis in the system be over there. And of these two, I would rather have people on 2 than 1. Okay. A little bit of population optimization, which apparently I think should be called poptimization. Probably a good idea. Right now we are polling parties. People are going to vote. That's what we know. Well, alright. It would be nice if the religious party won, because I think that I care about their last law. Honestly, I don't even remember anymore. Like, religious pacifist, I think, is probably a good way for us to go. There is eventually coming up a law that just increases all of our resource output for every empire that we are at peace or alliance with, and it would be cool to get that. We'll see how things go. We might have to cheat the election a little bit. We also have to make some money. So, okay, I am building some dust-producing structures, but man, we just gotta, like... We have to learn some new dust-creating structures. Some new system improvements that output dust. Because, man, we are broke all the time.
Hey,
what's up?
How's it going?
Peaceful theft of your systems. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So it would only cost 5,400 to buy this place out? That's crazy.
You're making the Sophonoty nervous.
Other empires will be warned about our aggression. That's fine. Listen, I don't sign a lot of treaties these days. People are people are pretty cross about my existence. Alright, well, we should definitely build that. We're ecstatic here. We don't need to worry about too much else. Centaurus is far enough from the front that it probably doesn't need tractable armaments. Yeah, I think that's fine. Jane has a little while before it needs to go grab another planet. Oh, we don't have, like, almost any of the basic stuff of life here. Yeah, this will be pretty good. Build that, and then we'll get back to you. So yeah, we need to pick up some new dust improvements. For now, I guess we're probably just going to keep ourselves afloat via selling stuff on the market, which we will want to do right before we hit... Damn it, really? Put down another outpost. Yeah, we'll want to sell a bunch of stuff on the market right before we hit the election, because obviously we need the money to cheat the election. Alright, so we could buy this system out from them. I think I won't yet. I don't think it really helps us to have it, and it's going to make them mad.
We've seen eels more trustworthy than you.
Listen, this isn't even my doing. Your people just think my culture is really great. What am I supposed to do? Tell them, hey, don't like this stuff. How would that even work? What are you thinking? What do we have at Altair? Okay, a battleship just sitting around waiting for use. Yeah, that's right. I think we're going to have to get some things done here through projection of the possibility of force. Obviously, we can't do anything through force. That would be crazy. But we can make it seem like force could happen. You know what? Honestly, like, produce me dust for a while, maybe? I think a couple of our systems are in that place. We may as well build the interplanetary transport network. It's still one industry per person, and that's kind of a fair amount here. Yeah, there are definitely some systems where it just doesn't make sense to build too much else. We don't have any anomalies here, but it's still probably worth it for the small amount of science, so we actually really need approval. Actually, we could probably buy this out, get ourselves some approval that way, because Culture on Shock is pretty fantastic. And then we're working toward the Body Language Institute. It probably would have been good to get this a little earlier, but honestly, I don't know that we would have been able to complete all that many of them, because first of all, they're quite expensive, and secondly, they require antimatter. So our supplies of antimatter have not been, like, super high. Not for a while. Or rather, not for a very long... You know what I mean. We have antimatter now, but that is a recent development, is what I am trying to express. You know, some days, the brain, it just doesn't do stuff. Sometimes the brain don't stuff good, as it were. Alright, so I kind of want to send the battleship... Let's see if we can get the battleship over to here. And try to starve out their outpost. I'm not going to send them the other ships with it, because they're all so much slower than it is. So even with the blockade, they're going to become a colony. Like, if they send any number of real ships over here, I guess we're screwed, so maybe it's not even worth sending the battleship over. Because, like, what is the battleship plus the scout going to do that the scout itself was not going to do, right? Okay, well, with a couple of planets now on 3D printing, we are at least dust positive. We definitely still need to sell stuff this turn so that we can afford to influence the election. Yep, here's 11 ships. Damn it, I didn't zoom in fast enough.
You squeeze the family?
Alright, that's not a thing I care about. Well, this sucks, and I hate these Cravers. I hate these Cravers so much. If we got a truce from them, they wouldn't be able to attack us in neutral space, but it wouldn't matter because it's too late. We would have had to have gotten the truce before this turn. So yeah, we're just gonna have to take. May as well just turn around. We're just gonna have to take all of the Craver stuff through influence bubbling, and it is really, really horrible. We also need to find more systems to like search out to. Part of the problem we're having here is that the Cravers are blockading me on all sides from exploration, as well as settling. So let's get on trying to fix that. We've got to find a way to look around. Because if we can just find some systems out beyond them, we could probably settle on those. I really need ice settling tech as well. There's still quite a few planets that we can't settle on. And all of the buildings that we have available here are like kind of garbage. This is okay, but yeah, we need industry. Decky, you're a weak system. Alright, we get the ability to pick up deserts now. Oh, you're not even... Huh. I didn't realize we had systems that weren't level 2. Where? Hold on. Okay, that is the only one. And we don't have the tech for level 3 modernization. Honestly, since we don't see any sources of adamantine at all, maybe it's a good idea for us to pick up commercial frameworks. That'll give us a way to fight our dust problem and unlock our next level of system development at the same time. Then Singh is perfectly happy. Where do we want these people? Okay, 5 is just better than 4. This would be a fair amount of industry here, but that's not really a problem that we're having. Well, still get it. Here we're just pulling in Hyperium and Adamantium, so mining advances don't really seem that important. Honestly, we probably will just go into public 3D printing. You know what, let's build a shipyard too. This place is close enough to the front that a war with almost any other player means potentially that there will be ships here. So we may as well be able to build our own reasonably powerful ships in response. Okay, I didn't remember to... Yep, I didn't remember to sell stuff. Okay, probably want the pacifists in charge with the religious in second, so we're going to throw our official support back here. Alright, we got exactly what we wanted. No new laws. Didn't hit the threshold for new laws with either of those parties. That's a shame. So actually, we should put out a scout ship here. Wait a minute. That didn't actually move up. There we go. Yeah, we could head down this way from Kuyos at least. We can get a little bit more information. Okay, that's handy. I kind of wish that hadn't happened immediately after an election. Well, it probably took effect at the beginning of this turn, so it probably influenced this election.
We hail your rational leadership.
Huh. No, that's not what that word
The
means.
triumvirate are...
Okay, they're going to
Yeah?
require me to force peace on them again. We should also force peace on these guys, probably.
From your enemies.
I have no interest in your responses to that thing. We are at peace. This is how it is. May as well grab this, because I think we're not... No, we should probably grab some damage increases to his fleet first. We are not done fighting the Cravers yet, even though I would really like to be. We need to make some more small ships. Sorry, I don't really have any functional small ship designs. I forgot. Alright, well... Then maybe we need to get some more command points? If I had 2 more command point cap, we could at least put 3 battleships in a fleet together. These planets that are producing dust... Oh, wait, I have to wait until next turn for the research to actually finish. Okay. These planets that are producing dust can start working on body language centers. We can also start building one in Sing next turn. So I have enough antimatter for 3 of them. Sing is going to be, by a large margin, the most important part of our empire. Okay, new hero recruit, which is fine, probably. I don't think it's going to be terribly significant. We could get lucky and get a relevant counselor.
We hail your rational leadership.
Actually, can we? No, we are already at peace with them. Never mind. I was going to say, do we need to force peace on those guys? All right, here on Heracles, we could be rebalancing these a little bit. Lose some science, gain some dust, and a whole lot of approval. Yeah, alright. Also, population space, which is one of the more important things about that. So we're getting pretty close to the pop cap here. Let's cut this from all of these, production queues. Alright, we're producing enough influence to buy our way through the tech tree. I'm almost wondering if it's going to be the case, our exploration, or expansion rather, has been slowed down so much, I'm almost wondering if it's going to be the case that we're going to end up being able to win a science victory faster than we can win the expansion victory. Man, none of this stuff is good here. Well, I guess let's just go to dust production. Alright, so at what point do we go over there and start messing with him? I'm a little worried that with our current level of tech, any of our fleets are just going to get beat, because he shows up everywhere with like 15 ships, right? So how do we deal with that? I mean, I honestly have no idea. I have no idea how we deal with that. Well, let's send one of these fleets over. The one with the hero, I guess. See if we can do any meaningful damage. Just like catch any of his ships out of position or anything. I need to do something that's going to make him want to back out of the war. So he has 12 command points worth of ships here. Along with a hero. He's not attacking us, which means that he doesn't think that this battle is massively in his favor. Probably. An awful lot of what do you call it? Awful lot of rail cannon, railgun ships. So honestly, we're probably gonna have to pursue some more military tech. I'm so stumble-tongued today. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to pursue some more military tech. I don't see us getting out of this war without putting the boot down just a little bit. So is that what I want to use influence on? Do I want to be buying myself more tech? It's not too expensive to rush these done. Wait a few turns and just get this stuff done really fast. This is probably actually the most important thing. Yeah, alright, that's what we'll save influence for next. So 1945, 1881. Yeah, he's gonna win this fight. We might get some decent damage done before he does. Let's try it. We gotta destroy some ships or something. I gotta figure out some kind of plan. But maybe the better play is to wait until the other military tech is done and then come at him with a larger fleet. This would slow down the completion of the Body Language Institute on Tsing, but it would mean that we could maybe actually win a space battle. We probably don't have to win that many for the truce to be viable.
Soon we will feast.
there anything I have that he wants? All I really have to do is get him to not be at war with me for a little while. Well, that was true. I guess at this point the truce doesn't even help us anymore, does it? Because what I would have used it for is to make it safer for us to secure a settlement. But at this point, we won't even get a colony ship over here in time for it to matter. You know what? Let's step in here and see what we can do. So he's definitely going to have 3 flotillas. It's not a good idea. Oh, that's right. I changed to bullet ships. Never mind. We turtle. I was trying to figure out how do I want all my ships to be at long range, but I changed things up a little bit. All right, let's see how bad this is. Even if we lose this, but we whittle them down, we do enough damage, that could be okay. Because we could run the other fleet of Battleship 4s over here and finish the job. We just need to do enough damage. Okay. Initial volley, about half damage to each of the ships, and then we do functionally no damage to their defenders. Yeah, this is just very bad. Well, we did something. Each of our mediums is going to kill a single small before dying, so that's cool. Yeah, we can't fight him. There's not actually a counter available to us there. We need to have more ships in the battles. That's the only thing we can really do. And these heroes are all guardians. Yeah, man, what we do not need is a guardian. There's some okay use social skills, but like the odds that we're going to get this guy to this level in time for it to matter are pretty low. Does anybody have a relevant skill at a lower level? It's not great. I mean, it's influence, but it's a very small amount of influence, right? Relative to the, what, 2.7k we're outputting? Yeah, your stuff is just science. Well, I think this is the one. I keep forgetting to look at their innate skills. Wow, that's a really, really bad skill. It fills the garrison of the system very, very slightly faster. You are just useless, man. Alright, well, Fuchsia Keencrest, welcome to this thing, this system, this horrible thing that we're doing here. Does Ceres have leadership? It does not. The question is, do I want to try to use... It's probably... Yeah, it's Genomos, right? It's Genomos that is the threat to people. So that's where we need... Or Genomos that is the threat to the Cravers. So that's where we need a hero. I guess we can put a hero down on Ceres. We still have a lot of basic stuff here to build. So this is at least a place where Fuchsia can get some XP. Alright, so my plan with this patrol ship is to... I'm going to fly to here. We'll send some probes out in this arc from here. Hopefully that'll be enough to reveal something to us. And then, how much would it cost to buy our injured hero out of being injured? Oh, geez, okay. It's cheap as free. Not that it's going to matter much, but they do not gain XP, I believe, while they are injured. So I don't think buying Polaris is necessarily super valuable either. And we should probably try to spend our influence on things that actually accelerate our growth. As long as we can. Aw, that's a shame. That was a lot of influence we were getting from that.
Careful.
Alright, it's enough out of you. I guess they may go back to war with us, And if they do, then we will wish we had taken the system. That's a fairly compelling argument, actually. I don't think you're going to go to war with us. But I also really want to rush this. I think that's important to do. And then we probably want to terraform a couple of these planets, right? We need the extra population space here. And actually, very little about the planet matters to us beyond its population capacity. Because the resource that we're most interested in generating isn't generated by planets anyway, it's generated by population. With some exceptions. I don't know if we're allowed to terraform any of the unique worlds, though. The worlds that actually do generate influence. So, okay, hold on. After we get this, let's go get ice and Arctic settling, both of which seem to be fairly important to us. Yeah, alright, we're just going to keep generating influence here. I might buy this out next turn. In fact, we should do that. Because if she does decide to declare war on us, I'm going to want to already have this. Looks like we're going to have Essa in our influence before too much longer. I mean, we're pushing on those Craver planets as hard as we can. Alright, I am not really advancing my science output very quickly. That's fine. Oh, apparently I'm just a tiny bit short. Oh, hey, trade companies. We should probably figure out how we want to do that. Really, Baten and, like, Sing is a good place to have, actually, a trade company headquarters. This is not worth buying out, and I guess the terraform can maybe wait a little bit. I do kind of want to get this done. We're going to waste a little bit of growth potential here. Give me 2 extra population slots. This is probably fine. That'll probably not leave us wasting food, I think. So we know we can't attack the Cravers. Once we have hardened alloys, the situation will be a little bit different. But, like, how are we supposed to deal with this railgun problem? They have so many railguns. I guess larger ships. If we got large ships, then we could just hit point tank the railgun fire. Alright, that was our first one. She's gonna get mad now, but honestly, who cares? Probably not a super emergency to get this done. I think I'd rather get the planet. Although I guess that wasn't necessary. Because we have very poor ownership here, we don't have a lot of approval, and because we don't have a lot of approval, we don't have food. So I didn't really need to buy that out. Alright, the Cravers have sent some garbage ships over to mess with us. It's not even their good fleet. It's insulting is what it is. Xenotourism agencies will do some good things there, and I think we're... Okay, here we go. Almost all set on orders here. Go and do that terrible, terrible space battle. Alright. These are still missile ships. It looks like some of the garbage ships they brought with them are going to shoot down all of our missiles, though. That said, we should try to do whatever damage we can, I guess? We could pull these ships out. Yeah, let's just retreat. Pull these ships out and retrofit them somewhere and then bring them back. Do I want to just attack? We should probably, at the very least, fix this guy's ship, right? So... we can afford to put a Hyperion engine in, we may as well. And then what? We still don't have good energy weapons. Like, it is still the case that... Do I want to just go with bullet weapons and try to engage battles at, like, medium range or longer? We'd be doing around 20 damage per second that way. And then more when the battle closes to closer. Yeah, like, it's still right to be bullet ships. And then we just equip whatever gives the most... I didn't figure out if shields are bypassed by railguns, did I? Because if they're not, then this is the thing that gives us the most total health. I know it ignores energy defense and projectile defense. Let's see if we can find out. We'll pay some good attention here. I know, it sounds crazy, but I'm going to try to actually pay attention. Yeah, sure. Health bonus. I cannot afford this much dust. Right, let's sell some stuff here so that I can afford that dust. Alright, I don't know for sure that this battle is going to be tremendously more effective. Well, you know, the miner ships, they have bullet weapons, but they're not actually that powerful, probably. Oh no, these are marketplace ships, not ships that he actually got from a miner faction. So you can sometimes buy some okay ships on the market. Yeah, they're showing 232 offensive power. Okay, we do at least have some projectile defense. Well, let's get in here and see how quickly they take us down this way. They do have their own medium as well. And like, again, we're not really in danger here, it's just annoying. He's not making us lose, but he is preventing us from winning. Which is probably not valuable to him. He's not going to be the one who wins the game, probably. Probably what's going to happen is he's trying to feed the win to somebody else. He's not thinking of it that way, but that's what's happening. This fleet doesn't have any, or doesn't have as many defensive ships, which helps. But we're still... Yeah, we're still only going to destroy 2 ships probably here, it looks like. Now it's just our hero versus all these guys, never mind. Yeah, and then he's going to attempt to attack our planets, but like have 0 chance of being successful. Basically, the Cravers have put themselves in a position where all they can really do is defend themselves. They are not going to be effective on offense ever, but I'm already not going to attack them. So they're not really getting anything out of it. Ah, pirate fleets. Okay, it's kind of whatever. This is a Craver fleet incoming. It is a population fleet. Okay, well, we'll blow that up. I see no reason not to. Alright, what else do we still need to make here? Well, we need to make population space. So we're pushing on Essa, Hadar, some, but less, it seems like. I'm actually not sure how this works. Like, I'm assuming it's only the planet with the largest aura is actually going to provide any pressure against their planets. Polaris is not putting out an aura for us right now because of how low our ownership of it is. But if it was, I think it still wouldn't actually be providing any push. there's a version of this system, a way that this could be designed, right, where multiple systems can provide a stronger push together. And the fact is, I don't know for sure that it's not like that. But unfortunately, yeah, a lot of what we're doing now is waiting. Waiting for influence bubbles to expand, waiting for new systems to be discovered that we could maybe actually get something done on. We need 112. Wow, we are really growing quickly. We may not be able to keep our population boost going. How do we have 8? Supposed to be bringing in 4 per turn. Oh, I sold... Did I sell some? I probably sold some. I forgot Red Zang is the resource that we were selling. Yeah, I'm so used to selling Dark Glitter, because in most games, Dark Glitter is useless, basically. See, we have to do this as well. Like, this will let us get an extra 30 influence per system, which is not tiny. We certainly don't need the food from the Red Sang. We are producing the Red Sang much quicker. Yeah, honestly, like... maybe it's just this, even though we don't need the food, just because we can do this more often. Are there any NP artifacts going on the market? There are not. So if we go for the NP artifacts in the booster, we're really stuck with them. And honestly, approval's turning out not to be that much of a problem. Yeah, okay. It's a good way of applying more Eden Blossoms. Here and here. That is extremely not what I clicked. Okay, here and here we need to get those things going. On button, we need to put this up, and in fact, that's probably worth just buying out. And then, where else do we really need it? Heracles would be a good place to get modernization. How far are we from the next one? 14 per turn. Okay, so only a couple of turns off. Honestly, like, any amount of industry is probably better than any amount of science at this point, if we're not going to try to audible into a science victory anyway. Oh hey, they had 10 more Craver ships show up. Of course they did. So we're not going to be able to attack that population ship. Honestly, like, I don't know what to do about these Cravers. We're gonna have to get a ton of military technology and like just actually focus on becoming their equal in the sky if that's a thing we want to pursue. And that sucks. It sucks to have to do that. That's not a good use of our time. Alright, we're gonna get boarding vessels, we're gonna get large ship designs, and I'm producing so much food that it probably shouldn't be too hard to keep our manpower up. We're just going to steal their ships as much as possible. It's going to mean that we have to create fleets that are large enough to actually do that, though. Our ships delivering boarding pods have to survive some of them. But we only have to win a couple of battles. And we can snowball off of that, because then we'll have Craver ships with which to fight the Craver ships. Right, yeah, Heracles. This is where I want that. Probably want to... let me move that to the bottom. Probably want to change that up. But honestly, like, Polaris' influence bubble is unlikely to matter given the size of Heracles. Heracles's. Are we getting close to this being free? Eventually this will be free. So for some reason, that's a pirate system. And actually, it's nice to know that Nice to know that this system is so close to that, because that means that I can produce a colony ship here. We can send it up to Arkhab and then from there to Bonnie. And I don't have to fly forever. That's good. That's one more system toward where we're going, and if we can expand the influence bubble around that, it can help us find other systems out there. It's a good start. Alright, more population space. It's going to be our guiding star for a while. Yeah, so maybe we will be able to get around the backside of the Cravers this way. And it's not too hard to make a system that is functionally invulnerable to them. We've also gained the ability, obviously, to see a new class of anomaly. I believe what we're going to find here is a strategic resource. I guess let's see what that is before I make any other building decisions. Alright, well, hopefully whatever's on the other side of this wormhole is friendly. Honestly, it might be where the Riftborn are, right? Because we still don't know where they are. They must have come in from someplace pretty distant. This could well be the way. Alright, at this tier, do I have any more influence producers? I do not. This is okay, I guess. Honestly, he has no good skills at that tier.
We have your rational leadership.
Whatever you're planning, you don't...
Careful.
Okay, so you have Quadronix and also Quadronix. Okay, that's fine.
Actions will only make the war more painful.
Should I just take this from them? I was going to wait until it became free.
Triumvirate us.
Okay, well obviously that won't stand.
Why are you knocking around?
There's no sense in negotiating with them, right? They're just going to be horrible about it. And yeah, I guess we should... This is silly. But my concern with building these science buildings that we just researched, and that are very good, is that we're going to get to a point where it becomes correct to just pursue a science victory instead. Alright, I'm pretty sure if I just... Yeah, okay. It will route this correctly by itself. The fastest route and the simplest route are actually the same in this case. And what do I want to be spending my influence on? I probably want to have enough influence to buy Essa the moment we make contact with it, but that's honestly probably only going to be like 6,000. So... I guess we're also saving influence to buy... but we can't... Not only can we not buy Craver systems while we're at war with them, we can't buy Craver systems while we're at truce with them. So we need to get him to sign a truce, and then we have to wait 10 turns. So we gotta figure this out. I guess winning a couple of significant fleet battles is really the only way that this is gonna work, I think. Oh. Or he'll take a truce right now? That's weird. What? I mean, I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth. I just don't understand. Also, we may as well kill this pirate fleet. Yeah, that's really strange. Something significant must have happened to him somewhere else that makes sense of him suddenly wanting a truce with us? Hard to imagine. We're also about to unveil ourselves a new minor faction. Let's see, where do I want? I want this here, right? I guess we may as well just buy that. That's what we'll spend some influence on. Yeah, we're about to unveil a minor faction here, so that'll be something else that we can spend influence on. So interplanetary transport network is actually a lot better here than it was. Then we may as well pick this up, and then we can work on influence. So yeah, here's my fervent hope is that Bonnie is somewhat close to another constellation. Something we can find out here where maybe there are systems to grab, or maybe we can just expand Bonnie's influence bubble enough to take systems off another player over there. Okay, so we do actually have access to both of the high tier strategics. Just have to get the mining tech. So do I want to refigure this a little bit? Like, maybe I don't need liquid composites. Zelavis Incarnate is certainly powerful. Yeah, you know what? Grab that. That'll give me access to the top tier of this stuff, but I don't know what that, like, I don't know what I'll do with that. Alright, science buildings everywhere. Yeah, I guess he got what he needed out of the war, right? There's no version of this where he gets to actually take any systems off of us. He would have to have a much, much larger and more persistent navy than he does have. And he stopped me from being able to participate in the rush for the systems over there, so he won that as much as he needed to. A little nervous about all this Sophon nonsense going on here. Ah. These guys are currently owned by the Riftborn, it looks like. I mean, we may as well, like, really spend here, right? Let's get this going quickly. Oh, no, this is not... The Riftborn are pink, and this is kind of a... No, the Lumeris are pink. The Riftborn are a greenish color, and this is sort of a lavender. Listen, there's a lot of factions in the game. We only have so many colors. Well, it would be cool if we could get a hold of them. They have no... Huh. Okay. How is it that nobody has made contact with them? I guess the Cravers took Zubin, and that nobody else got over here, and the Cravers don't do diplomacy. Can we make these even more pleasant? We certainly can. Just keep doing that. Just keep making these planets nicer and nicer. And the other good thing about doing that is that we're slowly gaining food as well by doing that. So we're not only gaining population space, we're filling that population space quickly. Yeah, we'll go ahead and rush that. I mean, Deki... It's going to take Deki a long time to build anything significant, anything of actual value. We're actually going to grow pretty slowly here at the moment, so maybe I don't need to rush into specializing these. It would probably be better to build a national museum. You know what, actually, Xeno-Industrial Infrastructure is a lot better here now that we have the two temperate worlds, so let's do that. Yeah, we'll come back and make some more decisions on that after we have our museum up. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be able to grab Essa any moment now. I'm guessing only 1 or 2 more turns. We're getting real close on Zubin. How much influence are we actually putting out here? Over 1,000 per turn? That might be the highest I've ever had. It's probably the highest I've ever had. That thing is really growing. Alright, we picked up this.
Through your actions, this universe begins to feel like a sanctuary, not a prison. We have a proposal.
Here's the thing. I don't want to accelerate their progress toward a victory condition, and I don't know that we actually need science very much. So I am going to refuse this. This is maybe the first time I've ever refused a science agreement. There's rarely a good reason to do it, but we're playing under kind of unusual conditions here. Subterranean, atmospheric. Okay, so none of this stuff is very exciting. Alright, a unit of amoeba population I don't think factors into things very much. Like, I don't think that's a particularly good type of population. It's just that, obviously, bodies are always good. So we can probably get Zubin the moment the truce ends. My guess is that this will have expanded over it by then. And we're putting some good pressure out over here as well.
We hail your rational leadership.
You're one of our favorite.
Why would I stop when it's finally getting so good? Alright, what do we need here? Okay, we have enough influence for another body language institute. Let's figure out where we want that to be. Actually, Genemos is where we want that to be. Never mind, don't have to figure anything out. Like, there's not a lot of point in holding on to this. And then we can start terraforming to a type of place that's going to hold more population. We don't have to be such an industry powerhouse over here anymore. We are through the worst of it. Okay, this time it's considerably more expensive. You know, it's probably based on the current population, given the factor of difference that we're seeing between the cost of those two. Did I miss one? I totally missed one. Yeah, AI labor is awfully good here. That may eventually stop being the case as we slowly terraform the planets away into other types, but... Yeah, we're only gaining 2% progress on converting it per turn as well. So I wonder if that's also based on the population. It could also be the system level, maybe. I'm trying to think. It could be tied to development of the system somehow, and the system development level is the way that makes sense, I think. And of course, the Sophons have had no interest in Bonnie for the entire game until the moment I want it. That's just how they do things.
You're one of our favorite.
We hail your
How are you these days? Care for a little business?
I do kind of need dust. Now, you know what? We're positive now, and again, like, I don't want to help advance anybody else's win conditions. Let's send out another probe or two here. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say, oh, it does look like there's another thing out there, but no, that would just be the edge of the influence circle of this system. Alright, well, we can keep expanding. Yeah, this is going to end up not being a very fast victory at all. The sort of the opposite of what I was going for. But it is going to be an interesting victory in a couple of ways. First of all, this might be the first time that I've ever defeated a player entirely by purchasing their systems, which is absolutely what we're going to do here. All of this stuff is specialized wrong. What were you thinking?
You're one of our favorite.
I'm actually really surprised that that contact from her was not angry. So yeah, we're just burning through a lot of stuff here. We need to set up another trade company, so is Viatris a reasonable place to put it? I think it would be better to build a subsidiary here, probably. Can I? Yeah, we can do this. That's what we'll do on Beatrice next turn. This turn, we could start a level 3 modernization. That's probably not the right thing to do. Yeah, maybe I want to save resources. Like, if we can get Bonnie... Yeah, okay, I'm not going to start a modernization anywhere. We're going to save Blossoms and try to rush Bonnie up to level 3 right away. I guess the mining tech will be useful eventually. We may as well just build it now. Oh no, this is what we should do first. Okay. Oh, we've met another player, which is fine. So what do we want to do on Jane? I guess start picking up science stuff. Like, I guess we should go ahead and Edenize. Like, Edenization on these empty planets is going to provide us with some benefit. None of the things we have here are great.
The Oregon.
Okay, that's them. Well, this far into the game, they've had the ability to settle with the Argosy many, many times, so probably we're not going to find anything over here that we could sneak in and grab. Looks like we're one turn off of being able to lay down here. We might still be in time to beat them with our outpost. Obviously, it's going to require some things that they're not going to care for me doing, but we're not actually friends. We're just really good at pretending to be friends. We could stay here and scan the other thing, but let's move on. Let's try to get some more information here. Ceres probably does not need the modernization. And again, a lot of the stuff that we can build here is not actually relevant. We can certainly increase our research rate. So now we probably go after that endless tech, right? Like, that's going to provide us with some amount of extra influence. Intergalactic Lectures is actually pretty good. What does it take to build this building? It is made of quadronics. Okay, so we need to get quadronics mining first, probably. Well, Bioenhancement Facility is also quite good. Let's get the ability to mine quadronics, though. I think that is probably our next priority. Holy crap. Minus 25% on dust and strategic resource cost for retrofitting. Sure. I have somehow become the sovereign of these people. Let's see if their quest is easy, and if it's not, we'll just wait a couple of turns and buy them out with influence. Search. Okay, well, we know there's a system out there now. That's useful information. Where's my scout over here? Alright, how far are they off of their... Oh, they're quite a bit off on their thing so far. Or they're still. Their thing is still not very developed. So let's lay down on this lava planet. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of food here, but we can do this. And this, I guess. This feels like kind of a bad use, but let's go ahead and do that. And if a single food ship arrives, it will instantly complete the colony. I don't think that's going to happen, probably. Okay, we have a couple of other systems that need our assistance here. So yeah, Zelephus Incarnate is a cool building, but we're going to have to get some adamantium if we want to actually make any of it. Hold on a second. So we know that Beatrice wants this. We want to save our blossoms for the moment. We do have the ability to put out another Body Language Institute. What is our highest influence area that doesn't already have one? We have one on Heracles. We don't have one on Baten. But honestly, Altair's not a bad place to put it. the aura growth probably will not be relevant, but... So because we're kind of playing outside a bunch of the systems, or rather our main aim is outside a bunch of the systems, a lot of the buildings that we can build, a lot of the system improvements, just aren't really that relevant. Come on, give me an easy one. Okay, so we gotta intercept this vessel. Which means, at the beginning of the next turn, I have to mash this button, and then I believe I have to be in guard mode? Okay, yeah. So if we just get to this system first and go into guard mode, we will gain control of this, and then we can pour a bunch of blossoms and stuff into here, and try to get our influence bubble expanding this way.
You're one of our... How are you these days? Care for a little...
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you making
Remove colonies that border your territory. Obviously, I will not be doing that. Is this free yet? It is. No, it's not. It's close enough.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you making something of...
Okay, so this is not a very well-developed system at all. We probably want to grab this, which is probably worth spending some influence on, so that we have some room for population to grow here. And they put down 2 system developments already, plus dust and plus dust plus influence. Well, those are not bad. I'm okay with those. Yep, that's them being mad. I don't really actually care about that. Oh yeah, we bought some Lumeris worlds, so now we have extra pacifist pressure on our government. That's probably fine. We want to keep the pacifists around. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're growing. It's happening. It's just a matter of waiting for stuff to build up. Now we could send a ship over here and blockade. Maybe get a little more population growth. We could take Arcob, actually. That's probably... I should probably have my battleships headed to Arcob. Because these are both full, right? Yeah, so we could definitely take that system. Where's my... It's just sitting there injured this whole time. Man, there sure are a lot of other players' warships moving around in my territory.
You have to be pretty uncivilized to do that.
He says this means war, but I don't think he actually... I don't think he's going to go to war with us. I don't think he's capable of going to war with us. He doesn't even know how. So yeah, we get Arcob, we can start... If we have Arcob and Bonnie, we can probably put a lot of pressure out on Red. I guess it probably is worth it for us to make another patrol ship. Hold on. Can we improve the engine speed of our patrol ships any further? No, we cannot. Yeah, we'll make a patrol ship and we'll send it this way. Hopefully we can find that system over here, all the way over here, that they want us to grab. It's a little bit of extra growth. We have an extra law slot now. We can certainly afford to run an extra law. This would be a lot of dust. Get science or, like... Yeah, probably just a lot of extra dust. I mean, extra luxury resources also totally valuable. So that's probably a better way to go. Yeah, this is a better way to go than species stability. The dust is not actually the important thing here. Okay, yeah, we are definitely outgrowing them on this outpost thing. Ah, they just had a food ship arrive, though, which means that the next food ship won't be far behind. Not a ton I can really do about that, and our own food ships are maybe actually on the way. Here's one. That's the first one. So yeah, it's definitely not going to arrive in time to matter. I think probably what we want to do is just head right through here. There's no reason to stop.
Through your actions,
The families will...
So they seem to think that they are feeling sneaky. I can't imagine... And they have a ton of warships in our territory, but like even if they declare surprise war on us, what then? Right? They declare a surprise war, they get some ships on the or they get some troops on the ground in a bunch of our systems. We kill all those troops. And then what? Like what's the long-term play there? Just you produce all the basic stuff, I guess. I'm still kind of hoarding luxury resources in case this Bonnie thing works out. Oh, right. The whole thing I was doing with this ship was I was catching the stupid... It's remarkable how quickly I can space on things. So we're ecstatic everywhere, because it turns out approval is not actually a problem. So I guess, in case I need to suddenly develop manpower and then make me some dust? Alright, and we are going to actually focus and get this done this time. Come on. Come on, go, go, go. Wait. Okay, it's hanging out at Canis. It'll come back. Probably. Yeah, okay, here it comes. But of course it will not arrive this turn. That's fine. We will just sit here and wait. Okay, we're back to Cold War with him, so you know what we have to do this turn.
Tell us what you...
Obviously, the influence conversion will not stop. This is how you take a system.
Our purpose is to kill.
Their purpose. I don't know if you'd heard.
Soon your world...
Oh, you are...
Scoured wasteland.
You are kidding me. Oh my god, that's super annoying. Well, so there's nothing we can do about that.
Are coming.
Yeah, that's really frustrating. So because we didn't have enough influence right that moment, because it was much more expensive than I thought it was going to be, I thought we were super clear on that. We just don't get that system, nor will we ever, probably. Is there any way... I can't imagine there's any kind of technology that lets you take a person's systems over even when they're at war with you. But that means he's going to be able to totally block us on this. Yeah, that's actually super frustrating. Well, I guess there's nothing to be done about it. It does seem like that sort of invalidates this as a real strategy. Like, you have to be able to do both. You have to be able to also conquer.
we hail your ration.
Do not.
Alright. We may as well open all of our diplomatic messages, you know, to make sure that they're not important, but it turns out they're always not important.
Through your actions,
Alright, the Unfallen and the Riftborn have formed an alliance, which is, I don't think, super relevant. I think they're going to try to starve out our colony here. Yeah, and if they have a food ship arrive, or if our colony gets, if our outpost gets starved at all, then we are not going to get that system. How far are my ships from... Where the heck even are my 2 battleships? I did have battleships headed to... Didn't I? Hold on. Ship menu. Oh, okay, they're behind the nameplate. Fritzing. So 6 turns. Okay, we may as well put up another settler here. Start getting over there immediately because we're gonna drop the troops the turn we make contact. It's not really a lot of sense in waiting. And a bunch of our systems are now like just done, basically. A lot of the, like I said before, a lot of the system improvements are not actually relevant to us. So I guess it would be a good idea for us to pursue tech that allows us to terraform. Where's the other... Where's the other terraforming tech? Okay. Yeah, that only takes 3 turns to pick up. And then, like, Dust 9 production, or maybe just Power of the Endless? It seems like we are going to be ecstatic forever, so... It probably makes more sense to do it like this. Intergalactic Lectures is pretty good. And we're bringing in 6 quadronics per turn. That's okay. That's an okay amount. Okay, so we need system developments really badly. We got to start pushing influence hard. Okay, this is worth doing. Yeah, that's worth doing. It's a little bit of food. I don't know, man. ESSA's just not... ESSA's not super relevant. Okay, I think we have enough... Yeah, we have enough dust to cheat the election. I don't know that we will need to, but we certainly can do it.
We are coming.
I mean, I do want to get going on this. Okay, So he's just going to declare war on us immediately the turn that the truce ends. He doesn't even actually have to do that. You can declare war while you're still truced. It's just more expensive. So I guess we need to make sure that we have many thousands of influence on the turn when the truce ends. By the time that truce ends, honestly, we may have Jim in our influence bubble. Maybe Beerius? Probably not, though. Genemos' bubble is growing quickly too, though. We might be able to scoop a couple of systems off of him. So I don't think we really want to mess with this. I think this is how it is supposed to be. Okay, well, we picked up the fair trade bill. That's something. Definitely a thing we will be running. Yep, their thing is finished.
Friendship.
Yep. Our ship is dead. Oh well. The air is doing a really good job of preventing me from settling anywhere ever. Alright, so we should probably shuffle our heroes around a little bit, right? Influence output here is lowered because it's completely within another system, another player's influence. So we could really push this and maybe take some stuff. the guy who just leveled up, his only influence bonus is percentage based. What is your current influence bonus? It's all flat. No, it's not all flat. He has 10%. So there's no way that new guy is going to be outputting more influence here. That's what I was checking for, to see if it made sense to swap him in. We should probably move, like, Lena over here. Right, what is Lena doing for this place? She's got a much larger boost than... Yeah, but the fact that it's larger doesn't mean it should be over here. Yeah, the thing is, what Canis really needs is a large amount of flat influence bonus, which Lena will provide. So we can fight that off, hopefully. And then we'll put Arroyo... We'll move Arroyo over when he finishes the pirates off. And I had assumed he was injured because he's been injured so much lately. Yeah, it's coming along. It's not awesome, but it's coming along. Oh, that's right. That was the thing I was going to do in Canis next, was assign more modernization. Because we need it very desperately. So we're still really far off of that pirate base, though. Like, really far off. Which means that we can probably afford to just go ahead and put down another level 3 modernization somewhere. Yeah, we totally can. So, where would that be? Where does it make sense to do that? Aten, Altair... Doesn't really matter anywhere, I guess. That's right, this place is already level 3, it's just a different level 3. Is Essa's influence bubble actually going to matter? Probably not, it's Sing that's going to do all the work over here. So yeah, I guess it just, like, it actually doesn't matter at all where we do it. Which means, sure, Essa. Okay, well, it's coming along. You know, we've hit some speed bumps here. In particular, the Cravers just being jerks. Really inconvenient jerks. But we're starting to establish a foothold over here. Where are we at on systems now? I didn't really gain very many. 15? Well, we're almost to halfway. Yeah, this is just a bummer. Like, this strategy is not... I don't think that it's super good. Conquering is definitely the way to get a conquest victory, but I'm not playing it perfectly, and also we had some really bad circumstances here, just like really, really unfortunate. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for coming, for watching, you know, whatever it is you did. You showed up, and then you watched. Come back next time, see if maybe we can finally take a system off these Cravers, maybe get a little bit of vengeance, just a little tiny bit. And we'll see you then.